Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading from the 27th to the 4th of December 2023. So this is going to be general reading for the week ahead. If you want to book in a personal, the seasonal readings are now up. They're all lots of half price sale. You can book in for your friends and family. I haven't been well. It's been a nightmare, I'm not going to lie. Lots of that shit is going about, but we're going to persist anyway. Like the video and comment. You can show support in the link below in the comments. So this week you're really coming to your power. The Empress is like, it's really a powerful time for you. You're starting to know your worth. So Geminis have been reaching out to me saying, Elisa, like I feel like things are changing, like the luck is coming in. But I think for Geminis it's because you're getting out of the Five of Swords, you're getting out of the self-sabotage, and you're starting to realise what you're capable of and what you can achieve. But there's some people around you who don't want to see you come to your best self. They don't want to see you level up. So they're going to be doing things to maybe sabotage you, stop you, get in your head. Don't listen. This is a week where, especially for the Gemini woman, this can also be where you're sabotaging yourself though. So this is like, you've got the Empress coming up, but then you've also got that Five of Swords that's trying to come in, that Jekyll and Hyde, and it's trying to make you doubt yourself. But the Empress is about stay the course. Do not listen to the old unconscious. Do not listen to the old, okay? So the Empress is you, it's coming. 2024 can be a totally different year, but you need to dedicate yourself to you against you. Don't worry about the chirpers, the salty, and the people who've got to mind your own business. Don't even be asked. Stay focused, okay? Because I do think some of you have some backbiters, but again, it could also be to do with yourself. So you start to come to your power, but then your old self comes in saying, who do you think you are? Who are you lying to? Oh, come on. Who are you kidding? Okay? So for the Gemini woman, it's there, but you got to be careful of that Jekyll and Hyde, that other character, the dark voice, the demons inside your head. This can also be, though, like I said, Five of Swords for me can be people who just really want to see you down. And you'd be surprised who these people are. And that's what I said, the people who want you to fail the most are often the people closest to you. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Okay? It can be people you've helped out. It can be people like it's just the way it is. But again, Geminis are smart. We've learned a lot through our betrayals. We've learned a lot through this year. It's coming to a close. And I feel like it's just about knowing what to share with certain people and knowing when to shut the fuck up. Okay? It really is hard showing up right now, but you need to show up. You need to do the work. Even if you can't see the results, just keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Because over time, I feel like it's really gonna pay off. Okay? So right now, some of you are working really hard and you're putting the reps in, but maybe you're not seeing the results. Some of you are recreating yourself because you went through a very dark time with the Five of Swords. You might have been attacked. It's just been a really hard year. I know for me, it's just been the devil at every turn. It's been problem at every turn. It's been like bad. But the Divine's been coming in every different thing I've experienced. They've also been sending a lot of good stuff. So the Empress is about Gemini women coming to the realisation that they deserve the best, that they want true love, that they want to feel good within themselves, that they want to get healthy, that they know they're capable of really building an empire or a great life or a great love. Like the Empress is there for the Geminis who are listening to this in that bitter, salty head, that dark, demonic voice that we have. I can't help you. It's like you're your worst enemy. So the enemies outside don't need to do you any harm because you're doing it to yourself. So for yous, I think you've got a bit of time to really start working on your self-belief before you'll come to this standard. But I do think that there is a lot of Geminis who are doing the work. They can kind of sense the change in the current. It's like, no, I can sense it. Like it's been a very difficult year. And some of you, that's why the Empress is coming, because you've finally got to a place where you're putting yourself first. You're tired of putting everybody else first. You're tired of building up other people at the expense of yourself. And now you're putting the work into yourself. That's why my life went to shit, because I gave everyone everything to me and when the fucking shit hit the fan, they all run. And that's all that there is to it, you know. But I think Geminis are coming to a place where we know we need people. We want good people in our life, but we're not going to be out here being martyrs and victims and idiots. And 2024 is about that. It's about rebuilding yourself. It's about abundance. It's about self-care, self-love, all of this, right? So I feel like with the Empress, this is also your talents and your gifts. So some of you need to be careful with other people who are trying to pull you away from your divine mission, from your soul path. Okay, there's some people who are just like, they've been sent for that purpose. Okay, because I feel like some of you have got powerful talents and you've got powerful gifts. And again, demons and the darker forces are coming through the human form to stop you getting to those talents and using those talents. Because like I've told you many times, when a Gemini uses their talents, it benefits a lot of people. Or when a Gemini man uses his talents, it benefits a lot of people. We have to look after ourselves more in 2024. Obviously, there is a lot of dark shit going on, especially if you're in Britain. You're just sick all the time, it's cold all the time, it's doom and gloom, it's just not good energy. So maybe 2024 is about that. You know, what's the environment that I'm in? Because the country you're in also affects a lot of your well-being, right? If you're in a fucking doomy, gloomy ass place where it's raining all the time and people are negative and they've got a fucking face like a smacked ass, it's hardly inspiring. Same as jobs, right? So Geminis are really coming to that fundamental point where you're really thinking about things seriously. The people you invest in, the country you're living in, how you're spending your money, what you're eating, what you're doing, okay? And again, sometimes it just is what it is. You know, a lot of people are going through it. But this is also, that's another message I want to give. Some of you have really, really been through it, but this is what's going to build you. So I said in the other readings about your lessons will become your blessings down the road. And that's what I'm getting here. You've just had enough. You've saw what the bottom's got to offer you and you don't want it. You know, and if that means you have to scrap until your death, what is he says? Get rich or die trying, you know, until my last breath, right? Till the lights go out. Like, I feel like that's the metaphor for Gemini. It's like you're going to keep fighting to your death. You're not going to be beaten into submission. You're not going to choose a comfort zone till your death. You've made that choice in your head. It's like, fuck this. Like, I've seen what this has got to offer me and I don't want it. Okay? So now is a time, though, to not fight other people. Five of Swords did come out. So this is haters, this is people who want to see you fail, people who are trying to get inside your head, all that type of stuff. But again, why they focus on you, you focus on you. Okay, the devil don't come attacking anything that's not a threat, but he attacks relentlessly what is a big ass threat. Okay, so know the divine has got your back, act right, put your focus on yourself, and you'll put all your enemies to silence, they'll get to watch you win. Okay, you'll get a life that they'll never have because they were focused on you while you were focused on you. That's why most people don't win. Okay, so focus on you. Okay, and know that yes, some of you have been through a real difficult time. You've been hit left, right, and centre. It's been a real challenge, but it's there if you want it. Now, for the Geminis who refuse to do the work, for the Geminis who refuse to level up, we can't help you. You are the magician, right? The magician has a lot of power, but if he doesn't use those powers, you can't make him. Okay, he's got a lot of divine gifts. He can do great things in this world. He can change many lives. But if he chooses not to take that destiny, the divine does not manipulate, the devil does. So the divine is not going to make you take a higher destiny if you so not choose to. Okay? Okay, so some of you might be dealing with a water sign, but this water sign might not be on the same page because you're coming up as an Empress, whereas the King of Cups is coming up as lower. So be careful with men who are wishy-washy. Be careful with men who just are really not going to provide the level of abundance. They're not going to provide the level of happiness. You know, I think Geminis just need to be honest with themselves. Some people have got to go. Okay, you're coming to a power where you're realising what you want, and it came from realising what you don't want. It's come through a lot of bad choices. It's come through trying to be compatible with people who are not compatible. It's putting yourself around people and timelines that are not your people. Okay, so stop trying to fit a peg into a round hole, right? This King of Cups for some of you, he's not your level. Doesn't make him less than, he's just not your level. Different strokes for different folks, Prince. So don't try to fit things that just clearly don't come together. Okay? Some of you could be dealing with someone who's in a relationship with someone else that's still hung up on someone else. The Devil. I think this reading is going to be better for the single Geminis. For the Gemini man, you could be dealing with a woman who's high maintenance. She could have an ex, or she could have options open with other people. For the serious Geminis, we're not interested in the Devil. Whether this be a fuckboy, we're not interested in addictions, we're not interested in, the darkness, right? We're interested in coming to the light, working from the light. So we can't get involved with the devil, we can't get involved with the dark, right? Some of us, there is some kind of spell work being done, definitely. Now, if it's not spell work, it's other people around you, and they're in their shadow, and the salty, and the bitter, and they might be doing things to cut you down. It could be in a job, it could be maybe someone's attracted to you, and there's another woman in the scene, and she sees it as she's the ultimate woman. But I just think no games, Gemini. What energy is Gemini carrying this week, please? What energy is Gemini carrying? The Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is the Sag. So it's the Sag energy. There's also a full moon in Gemini. But be careful what you're saying as well. Okay? So I think the 27th, there's a full moon in Gemini. So the Page of Wands is all about being careful what you're saying. If you're not going to regret it later, then go all in. But just, be careful right now where is saying things that you might regret later, or promising things people that you might regret later, yeah? For those who are single, there could be a new connection coming your way, but it may only be sex, okay? I feel like some of you are definitely in a toxic bond with a masculine or a feminine. This is sex only. This person's got mother wounds. Some of you are just dealing with someone who's bound by the devil. This is a manipulator. It's someone who's toxic. So for some Geminis, you're just not ready to come to your power. You are the Seven of Swords. You're sneaking about. You're playing mind games. You're dancing with the devil. But for the Geminis who are really just like, fuck that. Like, you're avoiding it. You're just like, no, I've been there. I've done that. I've got the t-shirt. No. And so you're just refusing, right? But some of you, you're dealing with a player. You're dealing with someone who's playing you, playing someone else, playing all kinds of mind games. You might be spending all kinds of money trying to get this person's attention, or you're putting all kinds of energy into this person. It's a waste of time, Gemini, right? It's just going to knock you off track. But again, not everybody's ready for the big game. Some people are kind of on the substitute bench about, moving from the lower self into the higher self when it comes to the Geminis. I feel like some of you need to work on your nervous system. So some of you, your nerves are all over the place. So this is where you've got to do... One sec. Oh, fuck's sake. This is where you've got to do healing on your nervous system. You've got to start putting the work into yourself. You've got to start healing your trauma or stuff like that. Some of you are there, you're ready for the big game, but I feel like some of you, again, you kind of keep repeating the same old patterns, you keep getting involved with the same old dickheads, and it's just going to be the same old out. You're being told to avoid this at all costs. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a time card, so it's being aware of your time this week, being aware of who's getting your time. It's also the Wheel of Fate, what goes up comes down. Okay, but some of you went through a very toxic cycle. You was having dark work put on you, the devil was attacking you, he was sending all of his army. But yeah, this is changing. Because the energy you're coming up in is the Page of Wands. So for you, it's a turn of fate. Okay, so you've been going through a run of bad luck, or you've been going through a run of like demonic attacks, or maybe a hard cycle. But the Wheel of Fortune is a change of fate. Okay, but some You're taking the hands of the wheel, right? You're taking the hands of the wheel and you are responsible as much as fate and destiny and timing. But some years it's the time. It's time to do the work. See the journals? It's time to get the readings. It's time to go to therapy. It's time to do the coaching. It's time. I feel like some of you have been prepping for a long time to become this version of yourself. You might have been on a course, you might have been learning a craft or a skill, you might have been doing something for a long time, and it's just time. You've got the knowledge, you've got the skills, you've got the talents, you're ready to plant the seeds that are going to be abundant. When it comes to love, I think you need to really start manifesting. So this is putting your energy into the kind of love you want to bring in. Okay, so if what you want is a high level masculine, it's really putting your focus so that energy can build momentum and you can bring that masculine into your timeline. Okay, so if your focus right now is on some sleazy fuckboy or some guy who can't level up, well, that's what you're going to manifest in. If your focus now is on being the Empress and manifesting a soul counterpart, a serious union, that's what you're manifesting. So where focus goes, energy flows. The devil is trying to get your focus on him. He might be trying to send people who are playing mind games. He might be trying to send saboteurs. He might be trying to send distractions, because that's what the devil tends to do. As we're coming to our power, he's like, what can I put in the way that's going to slip them up? Okay? But for Geminis who are deadly serious, this is your time. Like, you could really work hard in the next month. Some of you are going to make a lot of money as well, because this can be a person who's talented and they can sell the products, and December could be a month where you just make a mint. Okay? Because again, if you think of the Empress, she's creative. This could be someone who does floral designs, they do events, they sell candles, they sell gifts. Like, this can be someone who makes an absolute killing in the month of December. So where focus goes, energy flows. And I think sometimes we get involved in all of these distractions and we think there's not a price for those distractions, but there always is. Because humans can't be focused on two things at the same time. They can't be focused on lower behaviours and building an empire and building success. It doesn't work like that. So for Geminis, it's all there if you want it, but the question is, how much do you want it? How much do you want to be your highest version? Another message I got before this reading is about self-responsibility. The devil has attacked you. Some of you, like myself, have been through a very, very hard time. But again, some of you, it's about self-responsibility. Don't focus on other people now. The divine has got your back. Nine of Pentacles, focus on you. Nine of Pentacles is independence, money. This is a woman who wants to build a lot of money. She can build a lot of money. We've just said this. But the time, the energy and the work has to go into it. Because that's why you've got the journals. That's why you've got Jupiter is the planet of luck. It's the planet of expansion. Okay? So this is an opportunity for you to... I'd definitely say this is the Gemini woman's reading this week. It's an opportunity to basically just focus on you. And no matter how tempting this King of Cups is, or this offer is, this Page of Wands, maybe reject this person, because this could be a person who reels you in and they love bomb you, and then they get bored and they disregard you and move on, okay? The Emperor. Ooh, okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress, okay? So I think right now, for the Geminis who are ready for the big game, this is the man or the woman. You're working on yourself and your divine counterpart is working on themselves, okay? So it's there. For some Geminis, it's game on. Like you've really just had enough. You're like, why am I eating this food? Why am I in this job? Why am I fucking with these people? You know, for the last 3 years, all my life has felt as pain and conflict and strife and bad health, and I want better. And you know that that's on you, that you brought these people into your timeline, that you let yourself weaken, so the devil was fucking with you left, right and centre. And now you're like, you want a fucking war? You've got one. But you're doing it in the right way. Instead of basically going for revenge, you're letting your enemies watch why you do everything that they said you couldn't. You're like, bitch, you want to show, you want to live through me, you want to watch me, let me show you how it's done. And that's the right approach, okay? Yes, okay? So I do think for the Gemini man, even, you know, the Gemini man, this could be you. You know, so this is basically, you come into a place where it's like, I want a serious wife. I want a lot of money. I want to, like, life is worth the effort and the energy. Because a lot of people, what do? They go out every day and they feel like they give everything of themselves and get fucking nothing. There's no worse feeling, you know? So you're like, okay, if we're going to do this, if we're going to put the energy in, if we're going to fucking kick ass, I want names, I want results, you know? So this is it, right? Some of you is like the Nine of Cups, but it could be a week, but it's a week to put in the work, okay? And like I said, those who've already got business, this really is a time to put in the work, because the money that you are going to make between now and the new year is crazy. For those who've already got like an Etsy business or an established business, or they've got things working in the back, you need to put the pressure on and you need to not be distracted. But some years, I'm telling you, it's coming, okay? So if you want to book your own page, and you can also donate to support these videos below, it helps me. Like the video and comment. I'm not well, so I hope this was helpful. I'm doing my best. Enjoy your week, and I'll speak to you soon.